Mr. Woodruff, you've tested positive for HIV. Have you ever used intravenous drugs? Have you ever engaged in homosexual conduct?
Homo. You say homo? You made a mistake, because that ain't me.
Mr. Woodruff, we estimate you have 30 days left.
Matthew, thanks for talking to us. Let me just start by saying that this is very much not a morality play. It's a non-sentimental movie. How do you think that's going to play to American audiences?
Well, so far it's playing quite well. I mean, that's one of the original things about this story, because it hasn't really been done this way, or the story hasn't been approached this way. And you said it, this story could have gone to sentiment, especially in the third act, but it would have been untrue to the man that Ron Woodruff was. So the anarchy and the real, you see that this is a real guy. This is not a story trying to be a message movie. The message comes out of following this guy's life. I was very conscious and strong-willed about maintaining that with him, and not sanding down his rough edges.
Newsflash for y'all. There ain't nothing out there can kill Ron Woodruff in 30 days. They got good meds out of Mexico that's better than what you can get here in the States.
This is protein, totally non-toxic.
And you can't buy this in the USA?
Not approved.
You could be making a fortune off of this.
He's a real Texan, in other words.
Yeah.
He does it his own way. When you were kind of coming up in Texas back in the day, what was your first impression of when you heard of HIV/AIDS? What was your first experience of it?
Well, first experience, I remember in 1988 being a senior and as a heterosexual young man becoming sexually active. I remember getting worried. And I remember, what I clearly remember is I went and talked to 3 different doctors and said, give me some science on this. I'm a heterosexual man. I'm having, know what I'm doing. I'm not being too loose, but what are give me some percentages, give me something. And they had 3 completely different answers, about what the risks were. So I didn't come away from, I just came away from that being more scared, and I just started thinking that, well, I'm going to go with the guy who said be the most cautious, because that's, but nobody knew. Nobody had a science at this time. Even in '88, they didn't know. Even the doctors didn't know.
I read a nice description of the chemistry between you and Jared in the movie as being a touch of kind of like Midnight Cowboy meets Butch Cassidy.
Meh.
Had you read that yourself?
I've heard the Midnight Cowboy reference, which I think is fair. And then the Butch and Sundance has a little bit of that too. I haven't thought of that.
After Magic Mike, Mud, and now this, they're calling it the McConaughey. You must be tickled pink by this description.
McConaissance?
Yeah, that's it. You pronounce it much better than me. Well done.
McConaissance.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody said that. And I remember after I first heard it, I was like, wait, what was that? And they said, McConaissance. I said, that's got a good meter to it. The experiences I'm having and the characters I'm playing in my career right now are wonderful. My career feels very vital. My hands are as much in the clay as they've ever been. To a certain extent, I was definitely wanting to change the sandbox that I was playing in. I wanted to do some things that, I don't know, that were exciting me, would excite me as much as my own personal life was exciting me at the time. And I was enjoying doing the romantic comedies. I was enjoying doing the action films. But I felt like things that I was reading, I was like, you know what, I feel like I could do that tomorrow. Whether I was right or wrong, I felt like I could do it the next day. And I said, there's nothing wrong with that, McConaughey, but let's look for something that you're not sure what you're going to do with it. Something that scares you a little bit. Something that you go, ooh, I don't know, but I can't wait to find out. And so that took me saying no to certain things I was being offered. And then my career got dry for a while, for about a year. I went into the shadows and nobody offered me anything. And then, as the funny way the world works, the target drew the arrow, and all of a sudden I get a call from William Friedkin for Killer Joe. All of a sudden I get a call from Steven Soderbergh. So evidently I became some directors a new good idea to them that maybe I wasn't a couple years prior. So that little bit of anonymity, or unbranding, not rebranding, but unbranding that I did, I think was helpful.
Welcome to the Dallas Buyers Club.
You treating these people?
They're treating themselves. Well, I ain't selling drugs, I'm selling membership.
Walker, Dorsett, these are patients?
Yes, sir.
They're also the names of players on the Dallas Cowboys.
That's a hell of a coincidence.
The hell is it? I have a court order permitting us to confiscate any and all non-FDA approved supplements.
We need a new supply.
Check Amsterdam, China, and Israel.
Been doing business with you.